morning, everybody.
Coconut. It's good.
Looks like Is anyone else able to not see or hear Danny?
Yeah, I don't really hear either. I hear like little bits and pieces.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on, but we can maybe kick off this meeting and hopefully she'll come back. Looks like there's an agenda in the governance channel, and we can just start it off with some check-ins. How you're feeling, your focus this week, and your priorities for the governance call today. And I can go first. I'm feeling great. Got some cereal in front of me. Focus for this week is to dive more into technical stuff, sort out all the features and whatnot for the Giveth DAOs that we'll need. And yeah, this call, I would like to jump into the QT distribution and maybe rubber stamp that in this call, or at least get some clarity. And I will pass it to Ashley.
Good morning, everybody. I'm feeling pretty good today, a little distracted, but I'm here. My intentions for the call just to kind of like sync up, and maybe like Mitch said, I was interested on how the Giveth DAO is going to look going forward and how we will distribute tokens that way. Yeah, my focus for the week is I have a lot of tasks that just have a few last like finishing touches before they're done. So my focus for the week is just like getting those things taken care of. And I will pass it to Frischelle.
Hi everyone. So I'm feeling great, excited for the week, and my focus for this week is the monthly payments and making sure that those who posted about the rule proposals in the forum will add a new vote in Aragon. And I pass it to Lauren.
My focus for this week is give economy things. I want to write the blog post, and I'm helping with the video a lot. Give economy things. My focus for governance is, I'm just looking forward to talking about this like Giveth, the new Giveth DAO, and I'm feeling okay. I'll pass it to Mosadie.
Okay, so thank you, everyone. I don't have any distraction, and I'm waiting for Marco to see what we need to do for the next steps about the Giveth and how I can support. I pass it to H or Freshell, or anybody who's.
I can steal it.
Yet.
Okay. I can steal it.
Okay, too brief.
I'm also excited about the Giveth distribution and want to push that forward. And then, and my main focus for the week, though, is to give economy smart contracts push. Got Edu's smart contract review tomorrow, and Amin deployed most of everything at least deployed all the smart contracts. I think he's still putting together the front end so that we can maybe do a little testing today, which is exciting. And we'll try to elicit some support for that once I get a hold of Amin. And I'll pass it to Marco.
Thanks, Riff. Hey, everybody. I'm feeling good. My focus for this week is cleaning up stuff on the Give economy, finalizing everything, sealing that part of the design, as well as cleaning up some of the designs of the Giveth.io, like general purpose pages, reviewing the creative project flow. And also the donation process flow, and after that, I'll architecting or structuring the My Account pages. That's a lot for the week. I'm not sure if that's all going to be possible this week, but anyway, that's the focus. And also then distributing the work among Mo, Rodri, and myself. Yep, that's all. No distractions right now, and I'll pass it over to Donna. Donna, you're there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you so much. I feel good, and I'm here to sync up. And also, like Mitch and Griff, I'm excited to see how we are going to distribute our RGIF. And my focus this week is to test, trace, Giveth.io. If Give Economy is ready, I'm going to test it. And I want to jump into project verification as well. And also play around with segment, autopilot, and amplitude. And yeah, that's it. So I pass it on to Anna.
GM, everyone. Let's week is to for my focus for this morning is getting out our kind of source cred output for PAN payments, because I was working with source cred a little bit yesterday, and they had a fix for us, but it didn't actually fix it. It has an output, but the numbers aren't right. So I have a way that I can manually correct that, getting that out so that we can get out PAN payments, because governance stewards will be meeting tomorrow morning. And then other focus for the week is I'll be hacking with Griff on the final RGIV or final Give token drop file. And then let's see, on Thursday and Friday I'll be off. And that is it for me. And let's see, is Danny, I can pass it to Danny if we can hear her now. We'll see.
I can go.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, much better.
Yay! It was weird. I could hear you perfectly, Mitch, but I couldn't hear anybody else. Good morning. Happy Monday. I am doing pretty good. Just came out of 3 days of sitting in a chair, though. So I'm looking forward to getting back into some other things. The RGIV is the main thing I'm excited about. I saw that Mitch deployed the test, so I thought that's what we'll probably spend some time on here for our agenda today. Also wanted to hear from Hannah about the PAN payments and make sure we're ready for that steward meeting tomorrow. And yeah, just general Give economy catching up and getting our DAO deployed and the forum posts moved over. Things that have passed and need to go to vote, get those over there. Yeah. That's what I got. Is there anybody who hasn't gone today?
Me. Good morning.
Just Mia.
Okay.
Good morning. I'm doing good today. Thank you. I am just here to sync up, and my focus is project verification and just keeping up with all the forums and everything else, catching up. Thanks. Back to Dan.
Yeah, so I didn't hear anything else big to put onto the agenda. It seems like a lot of our forum posts have been closing, thanks to everybody being so on top of it this last week. The main thing that I know we wanted to jump into is that Mitch, this is not a test. Okay, the new RGIV DAO is right here, so there's a link there. Mitch, you want to take it away? Show us what you did.
Yeah, so I did deploy a test DAO. And so I put that link above. These are both deployed on XDAI. For the non-test DAO, right? So I launched this SR Give, simplified RGIV, and that's with the proposals that I think were pretty much passed without contention for using the simplified numbers and moving to the Fibonacci sequence for distributing RGIV. So everyone in this DAO, this SR Give, has been minted the tokens. Nobody has been removed tokens or anything. You have the exact amount you have before. It's just been the simplified amount. So instead of 1, it was 1, 2, 3. So some people have 5, some people have 6, some people have 3. And so the thing that we're doing in the proposal is just moving from right into this Fibonacci sequence with the simplified argive, and then deciding, does this list look good? Do we mint this new argive for these people here? And then actually executing it. So a quick update to that, if you have read the forum post, is that we can totally do it in one transaction. So instead of having 24 votes that everyone has to go in and click yes on, we can do it in one single vote. And if we choose to go that route, if there's any contentious or things we're not sure about, we can create a separate vote for separate mintings. So that's where that is. And basically, I just want to hear if anyone has any disagreements with just the format in general of this new argive DAO, moving to the Fibonacci and with the simplified amounts. And then the second portion will just be to ratify the tokens that are going to be minted.
So I know we had talked about changing some of the parameters. Did you deploy the new one with just the same parameters, but now we can take a look at them and be able to change things we want to? Because I know that was one of the reasons we were going to move over.
No, I don't know if that discussion was there or for when we actually upgraded DAO voting. Does anyone, because nobody actually, go ahead, Lauren.
I think that the DAO voting parameters that we chose are going to be used for the garden. So that's for changing parameters in the Give garden. And I think what we were going to do for the argive DAO was update the parameters beforehand.
Okay. Yeah, that could be done.
Can we change them now after the fact? Even it's deployed and we can still change it?
With the EVM CRISPR, we can. Before it was too hard. Now we have a new tool that works most of the time.
Yeah. So there's 3 different parameters here that we need to look at, and that's support required, minimum quorum, quorum basically, and then the vote duration. And so the old one was at 66% with 20% quorum and a 3-day voting time. Do you guys want to jump into this here and now? We can go down the list, or we can put it in a forum post and debate about it for a couple weeks, or...
I think we have everybody here together to actually talk it through, and we can use this time to do it.
Okay. Does anybody have any strong opinions that they'd like to share, where these things should be? Griff, come on. Just do it.
You gotta let other people talk,
Yeah, I feel like we should be raising these numbers a little bit more, and make it a little bit harder to get things to pass and to work to advocate and get more participation. Right now, if only a few people vote and the ones who vote like it, it's going to go right through.
Okay. Well, yeah, I would definitely increase the support required. I don't know about the quorum, past 20%. I wrote them into the agenda.
Yeah, as you know, I like a high support required. I feel like we should be able to, if people have opinions, they should be able to block. And that should be encouraged to be reasonable. So 80% or something like that is pretty nice. And yeah, I think quorum 25% makes sense.
I support the 80% support required. I'd say quorum 2025 is fine as well. I would also increase the vote duration to 7 days, just because people do other stuff, and Just want to give them a little bit more time.
Okay. Cool. Well, it seems like there's some
But
consensus. Go ahead, Marco.
Just a question. The vote duration does not mean that like it has to pass. The 7 days have to pass. Whatever happens.
Yeah.
Like if support is.
If it's possible for people to vote, like if we have a high support required, it'll probably take it would take all 80%. Like if we have 80% support required, it could pass early, but only if 80% of the people vote yes. Right. So
okay, that was my question. Thank you. I mean, I got an answer. Got it.
But getting 80% of our token holders to vote yes will be very difficult. So I would expect, because we have like...
You mean if quorum is over 80%? That's what you're saying?
To get a vote to pass early.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah. So 80% of the supply has to vote.
Yeah. If we have 80% support required to get a vote to pass in like 2 days, we just have to go and get everyone... Hey, vote yes, and we everyone. I mean, with our Fibonacci sequence, it should be like, 40% of the people will have gotten tokens in the last 3 months. So it won't be so impossible, but it'll be tough.
Okay.
Yeah, so, in that case, in that case, if we need something to be voted on, and implemented or whatever, like quickly, then I guess 7 days could be a little bit too long. If some changes need to be done quicker, then maybe I would suggest like 5 days.
Yeah. At the end of the day, this is just like a formal ratification, right? There's no funds in here. It's not controlling anything in our code, so I think it's okay if it's longer.
Not yet.
That's
Not
temporary,
yet.
Right?
Yeah, because at deployment, it will be owning everything in our code,
Yeah, but we have those parameters set, though. That's DAO voting, right? This is just like this transitional thing,
Argive will have basically on the just distro. Argive will have all the permissions.
Right.
Eventually, give it to DAO voting, maybe, probably, But like to start, Argive is going to hold half of the tokens, a little bit more than half of all Give tokens in existence.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll have fuck tons of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is why the higher parameters are required. And I do agree with Marco that 3 days can go by pretty darn quick. But I think 7 days is too long. Maybe adding another day, go into 4 days, 5 days at the most could make sense.
I like 5 days. It's like a standard work week.
High five.
Okay. So,
memes
just
always win.
To keep this moving, I'm seeing a lot of consensus around support required 80%. Quorum, I heard 20 to 25. We could put 22.5, or if there's a strong case for something higher. And then a vote duration. Does anybody like 3 days? I think 3 days is too short. Can I get like a quick consensus for 5 days? 5 days, $5 foot long.
Yeah, 5 days.
Okay.
I like the 5.
I like the 5 days, yeah, I think.
Okay. And for quorum?
I'm having... I like bumping that up to 25%. I'm having a teeny bit of resistance on the 80%. Something in me wants to be like, how about 75? And 75, anybody?
Can you think of a scenario where we'd want 25% of people to disagree with something and it goes through?
No, but I can think of scenarios where 25% of the people don't vote.
No, that's a different parameter. That's quorum.
Oh.
So
okay.
Like it's really about like how many people how many Argive token holders need to disagree for a vote to still go through. Like, you know, like, and this is where it's like what I've seen in transparent DAO voting, you know?
Yeah.
It's like people, if they want to vote no, just won't vote. And that's like, and if anything, 80% is too low, in my opinion. You know, we need to get 20% of the people to block something, like, especially when we're doing vesting or something. And it's like, you know, this person just hasn't been contributing. You know, like, people just will not vote. That's how people will vote no. And then other people will be like, yeah, vote yes. I just vote yes, yes, yes. And so by having a high quorum or having a high support required, you kind of give the dissenters a reason to vote. You know, they might actually
because they know they can make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. I'm cool.
Okay. So I just want to power through this in a democratic way. So I hear 25% for quorum. Is there anybody that disagrees? Safe enough to try? Okay, so 25% quorum and the support required, it seems 80%. Griff says higher. Griff, can you throw out a number? Give us a number. Griff wants 88%. Can I get 88% from everyone? Marco's not sure. He's like, nah.
I like 88.
It's memeable.
Nice. Memeable. It's good. It's a cute number.
Okay.
I like round
now,
numbers.
Forever hold your peace.
What would you say, Marco? Oh, come on. You like round numbers.
Yeah. I like round numbers, but like,
90
you know.
or 80 or 85?
No, 80. Like, for me, 80 is like decent. That's fine. But anyway, like, hey, if the majority wants 88 for a good reason, I'm going to support that.
What about 84.8?
No.
No.
Does anyone think 88 is too high?
I like pushing it higher now that because I kind of lean towards sociocracy. If somebody objects, I want to take the objection seriously, but also I want to have good processes for no frivolous objections.
Okay.
I'm always in favor of higher support required. I think that's one of the params that I put initially in the TEC. So I really have nothing against 88. Really, I mean, as higher is better for me when it comes to support required. It's just like in this case where we had like 80 and then 25% and then 5 days. I was just like kind of thinking like, you know, that 8 is kind of, you know, bothering me visually, you know. But hey, disregard all my comments. 88 is fine. Go ahead with that if you want. I support.
Okay. Well, then I hear support for 88%. Can we stamp it, guys? Okay. Anybody else? Great. Okay.
Do we need a screenshot of everybody with their thumbs up?
I mean, only half of us are on camera.
Oh yeah.
Anyway. Camera shaming the rest of you. Okay, so we can, or I can bug Sam to learn how to do this, and then basically we can change those settings. And then we'll have to pass it with a vote. So, and then that'll be done. And everything else seems to have consensus over the rest of the format for the new RGive DAO. And then we can move into the second part, which is ratification of the mintings, or debating the mintings, I guess. And so I laid it out fairly clearly, the names in there. Mm-hmm. And, you know, with some personal bias, but happy to open it up.
Are we going to discuss that here now?
Yep.
I think that the bottom list people, the ones that you put in the like probably, maybe, I don't know, open to debate, I haven't seen them around in quite a while, and I would just not even make a vote for them personally.
Okay. I would agree with you there. I want to actually hear something from Forrest, basically. Like, I know she's on mat leave, so it's like...
Oh yeah, maybe we can hear from Forrest.
The other
I think
two of them,
James and
like,
Merlin, it's been a really
safe
long
bet.
time since they were doing anything. So it seems
Maternity leave gets a pass, I would say. You know, like, but I do think that people need to propose their own requests for RGive token. And I think that's it's
Okay.
like, because just giving them RGive tokens, come take your tokens if you want them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make 25 votes. Okay, and everyone needs to vote on them. And cross your fingers that Aragon works.
Okay, so it's a fun test because that means everybody who wants to get their RGive tokens has to make their own vote. And then once all the votes pass, then Mitch can hit the button that deploys them all at once to everybody whose votes went through.
They could just make it on the DAO, no? Or do they have to have permissions?
I think we do the vote all over the place. And okay, this is my thought. Just because like last time we had Merlin and James, and it was like, well, should these guys get tokens? They're not really participating. Everyone wanted to vote yes or didn't vote, and it's just like it doesn't feel right, you know. If there's obvious ones, you know, maybe we can make okay, these guys are all actually active. They're all very active. If we want to do that and then say, hey, you're kind of in the middle ground on activity and make some people do it, we could do that. But I think it's more fair just to make everyone have to go interact with the RGive DAO personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that something that has to go through the advice process in the forum first, or is something that we just submit straight to the DAO?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we have one forum post for people to post their links and comments or something. This one's mine. This one's mine.
I mean, we can do it right with the.
Everyone comments with their link to their vote.
And we can do that with the post Mitch already made, right? Here's the proposal. It's already started. So each of us who want to needs to go in and make our proposal and put a link to it in there.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't even interact with the RGive DAO, then you probably shouldn't be getting tokens anyway.
So just to understand the process, the next step will be for everybody on this call and everybody on the list in the forum post to go to the Aragon DAO to create a new proposal asking for RGive distribution. Is that correct? Like, hi, my name is Marco. I'm asking for RGive distribution.
You're asking to mint 5 tokens for yourself.
Oh, 5 tokens?
5 tokens.
Okay. So in this, okay. And then also, next time, I'll need to do the proposal again, right? Every time I'm going to have to create a proposal.
Every
for the 6, for the 7, for the 8.
Moving Fibonacci, so it'll be 8 tokens.
Fibonacci, actually. Yeah. Got it. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make the process. And then go to the forum, paste my proposal, and then ask you guys to kindly vote yes on it, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'll append the forum post with just maybe like a quick what you need to do. So tokens, mint tokens, your address, create vote.
Yeah.
Do you want to show us, Mitch? I mean, I feel like a quick video. I mean, or I can do it too.
I mean, just hopefully it works, but the RPC is giving me a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I think this will especially benefit new contributors who never interacted with Aragon DAO and everything else, just to learn about these tools and stuff like that. I know for sure that Mo is not familiar with that, maybe Rotary as well. So, we're going to inform them, and it's going to be their first interaction with, these tools. So I think that's also one of the reasons for which I think this is a good idea to have this process.
Yeah. And this goes for the whole Trace team too. Like, they just got their first tokens in the last distribution. So interacting with this on the next one.
Yeah, because next time there will be a proposal where we're going to need 88% support required. And they're going to need to know where to go and how to vote, right? So
No, wasn't there a requirement that you had to be working for Giveth for 6 months or something to request
3 months,
tokens?
Oh, yeah.
3 months. It was 3 months.
Since we do it on a quarterly.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we did talk about moving that to 6 months, but we didn't do it last time, so we kind of kicked that can down to now.
Okay. Well, no, that's fine. I mean, as long as it's a standard thing. What's the rule is you have to have been here for 3 months?
The rule is you have to have received tokens for 3 months in a row minimum.
Received
from
tokens.
Or I'm sorry, received PAN and source cred recognition every month for at least 3 months in a row, the past 3 months.
Okay.
Cool.
And also, and that decision was made based on the activity of people who were coming in and being really present for those 3 months. And we wanted it made sense, and it may make sense to change that going forward because we're going to have a lot more people interested in being a part of this after the economy launches.
But at least for this one, it's the 3 months. Like everyone who Mitch named in this list was receiving tokens for the last 3 months.
From this list, I think what I'm seeing, like Rotary and Mo, I'm not sure if any of them received something and if they're even eligible for this round then, in this case.
Yeah, I don't think Carlos would be either.
Oh, I thought he was doing work like several months ago.
That's true. I guess he was doing a little bit of work. Yeah.
I don't know.
This is where the dependency on the spreadsheet comes in. So I heard Hannah was speaking about doing some updates to source cred to get some different things cleaned up. But there should be a spreadsheet that actually shows us how many points each person got for the last 3 months in order to do this. We shouldn't be subjective about it.
So,
I mean, we can add subjectivity afterwards, but start with the numbers.
Yeah, well, getting the numbers is pretty easy. I can also just create a very easy to look at spreadsheet for the last 3 to 6 months, whatever we want. And that shouldn't be an issue with the current source credit issue. The current source credit issue is it's just not counting total praise rate. And so I'm going to use the old total praise, but in terms of the last few months, that should be fine, and I can work on that.
Cool. Okay, should we the first list? Is there anybody who has any objections or concerns with that? I think it's pretty straightforward.
Mm.
And then do we need to
vote for me?
All right, show us.
Which? Show us.
Oh, I thought you were going to show us how to make the vote.
I thought you were looking at the list still.
Yeah, I can see that right now. Do we want to go down that second list and just kind of yay everybody, or see if there's any questions?
Well, if we have very clear requirements around having to have work for Giveth in 3 consecutive months, I don't think Mo Saeed or Rodri were around 3 months ago, and I don't know if Carlos has consecutively worked for 3 months. I don't know if there may have been a gap in there for a month where he didn't do much, and maybe didn't receive praise. So I would want to just check that and just follow whatever rules we set forth.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's so I hear those 3 things. Let's write it in, and maybe Hannah can come with some data, and we can just back it up.
For all of the second list people?
No, just these 3. So Carlos, Rodri, Mo Saeed.
Because I wonder also if Heather has received any PAN or anything. I mean, I know she's involved in General Magic doing hiring, but she doesn't really come around Giveth that often, so I wonder if it makes sense.
It's true. Mm-hmm. She might also not be qualified because she wasn't getting praise.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Mia.
Donna, you've been here for 3 months, right?
Yeah, I've been here for 3 months. Just 3 months.
Just made the cut. And Mia, have you been doing it for 3 months?
Yeah, at the end of this month, it'll be 3 months.
Also, just making the cut.
So that actually does raise a question though, because we're doing this for up through the end of last month. So October, November, December is the final quarter. This is actually for up until the end of September.
Oh, okay. So which months is it?
Okay, so if it's till the end of September, we don't qualify. Yeah.
Okay, so you had to have earned a PAN distribution in July.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think we need to see the data.
Yeah.
Okay. Hannah, can you follow up with that maybe? And then we want to look at that July, August, September.
Yep, I can.
Okay. And then you could just throw it in the forum post here.
And
Okay.
Hannah, I think I heard you say you could do a new, simpler spreadsheet. The spreadsheet that I linked in there was used for a variety of other purposes previously. Yeah. So, and we did talk about that. Yeah.
And we're going by months, not for 4-week periods. It might be slightly easier if we do 4-week periods, if everyone is okay with that. Like if we do like 12 weeks, just because that's how our data is given.
Sure.
It's like pretty similar, but I think that would be a little more consistent.
Yeah, I mean, 3 months is usually 13 weeks, so we make it 12 weeks instead. It means everyone gets, they're vesting a little faster. It's fine. It's fine by me.
Cool. I can do that.
We go lunar.
All right. See, now you just sold me on it. Okay. What else do we have around here? I guess I'm curious, when you were deploying this, Mitch, is there anything new in the change, like besides the fact that we can do a single disbursement or minting for everybody?
Most of it is just through EVM CRISPR. So things that would normally could not be done, like adding agents or adding roles to them or doing lots of things in a single transaction. We can do it now with a bit of fooling around and like a 75% success rate, I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
But like from like a user perspective, I don't think there's anything new that you can do.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there was any decisions we made previously that were based on system limitations that are freed up now. Maybe it's no. Okay. Anybody else have any questions, thoughts, things we need to share around the R Give?
Well, so that's you're in test Give right now.
Yeah, this is what I was going to show, like actually making the minting on.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the one I marked as the test Give. So this is on XDAI. This is just like when I need to try something on EVM CRISPR or something that may or may not work, we can always use this DAO before taking it to the real deal.
Is there anybody on this call who hasn't created a vote yet on Aragon?
Wow, you guys are quiet, but I know it's true. I know many of you have not created a vote on Aragon before.
I mean, at a minimum, our work agreements are going up there, right? So that was one question I had, is just to check in with Rochelle. and then verify with all you guys. I didn't see any work agreements go up on the DAO yet to vote on, so maybe we'll be doing these on the new one now, and that's why we were all holding off without knowing it.
Yeah, no one added a vote yet for the road proposal.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So we'll start with minting tokens. So you can go here. This is the test RGive. So this is not the real deal. We've got the RGive tokens, which I just made for fun. So you can see on the left, there's all these different apps. And basically for minting tokens, you want to go to tokens. You've got a list of all the current token holders and like proportionally how much they hold of the supply. And some info about the token itself on the right. So to get started, we log in. I think you can use MetaMask and Frame and Portis and a couple others, whatever, but most of you probably have MetaMask. So you just sign in, make sure on XDAI, you click on Add Tokens, and then from there you can add your address. So I'll pop in my address. Say I want 5 tokens. Click Add Tokens. And it says, I didn't have the permission, blah, blah, blah. I need to create a vote. So, okay, mint 5 tokens for this address. Looks good. Create transaction. MetaMask, sign it, send the transaction. Once that's confirmed, if we go to the voting app, we should see this new one here. Tokens, mint RGive for me. And to vote on it, you click yes or no. I say, hell yeah, I want some RGive, so I send that through. And then once that transaction's confirmed, you should see it show up on the UI.
Okay,
Boom.
and then you'll need to get 88% support in order to get those 5 tokens minted.
Yeah, these are the old settings here you can see. So this is on the test one. But we'll make a new vote and we'll update those settings. And then
go ahead.
For creating just like a simple vote, so say you wanted to post your work agreement, you would just go back to the voting app here. You would click new vote and you would say like ratify Mitch's work agreement. Does this thing take links?
It does. You just put it right in there.
Let's put this governance meeting right in there.
You could put a link to the file that's in your forum post. Or to the forum post that
Just
contains your file would be a good way to do it. Yeah.
So anyway, that's it. You could link to your work agreement or the forum post containing your work agreement, which is what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
And so you include that all in the header that says question. So you put it all there because that will be pretty much the only information that will be displayed for that. So here, create transaction. Sign it again through MetaMask. And then once that goes through, that should show up on the forum. Just like that.
And then, and then once you've created a vote, you want to go to the DAO channel in Discord and put a link to your vote and tag at DAO to remind token holders to go vote. And before we create any of our of the votes on the new one, not test on live, you're going to go in and change those settings to what we discussed on the call, Mitch.
Yeah, we'll have to vote on them, but yeah.
So do the settings need to be changed before we all start creating proposals?
Ideally.
So don't create a proposal until you've changed.
Probably should change those because something spooky might change with changing the parameters.
Yeah, it feels like, I think we have everybody given the thumbs up here on the call, so we just need to make a quick, simple poll in the forum that these are what we agreed on.
Yep. We can just
I have a
defend
question.
it. Go ahead, Rochelle.
Oh, sir, I have just a quick question about the adding a new vote. So, anyone can create a new vote, right? Like, does not need to have like mint tokens and all of that.
That's correct.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Cool.
All right, let's see. This was awesome. We have 10 minutes in the call right now, so I just want to check in. I know sorry, trying to get back to my minutes. Most of the votes that we have in the forum have been passed and closed. I just wanted to check in with those of you who are on the call to see if there's anything that you're waiting on a vote for. Also, I wanted to check in and see if we had a decision around the hex code, if we have a hex word or any progress has come up there. I don't see anything.
To step back a second, but before we move on, you know how we had that list of people's addresses and their names, and you can import that into Aragon, and then so instead of saying mint 5 tokens for a bunch of numbers, it says mint 5 tokens for Mitch.
I have it. I'm going to update it.
It's also in the ops channel.
Okay, great. I just maybe we can tag everybody on that too, so they can import it. So then when we're voting on these RGive distributions, then people are voting with more awareness.
Mm-hmm. I have mostly everybody's given me the addresses, so even our new contributors. So we'll be able to add labels for them as well.
Okay. Yeah, but everybody has to add their own labels, right? You have to do that yourself in order to see it.
Oh, really? I thought I could just modify the JSON.
No, each person has to install that through the DAO thing, and then they'll be able to see it. But if you post it in the ops channel and then tag people, then they can just go download the file and install it, and it's pretty easy once you have made the file complete with everybody's names and addresses.
Okay.
You would just go up and add labels or something like that is what you look for in the interface.
All right, I'm just going to double check on our next steps. So the next steps are to update the new parameters in there, get everybody's name files distributed into the ops channel, and folks can upload those. And then once that's complete, we can start creating our votes for the sRGive token distribution. Did I miss anything in there?
And also, Mitch, if you can add the 2 agents that it will need in the same, that needs to be done too. Might as well do it in the same vote.
They need agents?
This will need 2 agents, yeah.
Oh, I thought because we were... Okay. Sorry.
And what are the agents for?
One agent will be holding all of the tokens that we will use to pay people. And the other agent will be the owner of the distributor. So it will be able to allocate tokens for givebacks. It'll be able to allocate tokens for source cred. It'll have these special permissions. Then in the smart contracts that we use, you can't allocate tokens to yourself if you're a distributor, if you have that role. So that's why we need 2, because the RGive itself needs to be able to get tokens. So we have to with one hand give our other hand the tokens.
Perfect. Okay, I'm making a little note for myself on the process documentation to make sure that that's clear.
And the agents will need those special rights, and the voting app will have to be the one that controls the agent and all of that stuff, Mitch. I don't know if we need to hang out and map it out, but maybe we can do that while we're getting pizza burgers.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. How's everybody feel about this subject? I think this is great. And I really like that everybody's going to create their own votes and like increasing our numbers too for more participation. We've only got a few minutes left here. I just want to check in priority items. I know for Shell, let's see, there was something on there that we were tracking.
I have a quick one. It's just that there's going to be some testing today and tomorrow morning for Donna and other people that are going to sleep soon. But I would love some support in testing everything Amin has deployed. We have a smart contract review with Edu tomorrow morning. So it is kind of time dependent. So if people have the space and time to just make sure that things work, I'll try to post it in one of our channels, which is the best channel. Post all these things. And I'll have to send people tokens. So you'll want to DM me. I think Give Economy, we'll just do it in the Give Economy channel. And we'll test out the does that sound good? There's like the airdrop is launched on Xside, but then to test on mainnet, we have these separate tokens that I have to send you to test the farms.
Okay.
And so I guess just look out in the Give Economy channel. Unfortunately, I have just back-to-back calls, so I'll just have to do it in the calls to get all this information out there. But it is somewhat time dependent, so if you guys can help us find any issues before we talk to Edu tomorrow at like 6:30 in the morning, Denver time, Costa Rica time.
Hey Griff, can you just like mention that unicorn or everybody so that like we get okay.
Great call. Yeah, I'll at unicorn.
Awesome. Okay, anybody want to show their proposals? Anything that needs to be voted on? Forum post? No.
Just the hex names. Right now, the best we got, I think, is Ideas DAO.
Oh, yeah. Yay.
So if you guys have any fun hex names that you want the Give token on mainnet to have in its address, this is your moment.
Okay, and then I want to show for you on Hannah. So tomorrow is the day that we're going to do the circle leads our meeting to go over the pan distributions, right?
Yes, yep. And so I'm actually like making the manual adjustments right now. That's sent out pretty shortly after this, and then just make sure that you fill in. Everyone should only take like 15 minutes probably to fill in like their manual adjustment proposals, and then everyone will meet and talk about it tomorrow at 9:30 Costa Rica Mountain Time.
Okay, great. And then I know we've been working through cleaning up individuals' pan distributions. There were a few months, there was a month where we overpaid, so then there was a month or two where people didn't receive pan token. Marco, you were asking about that as well, so that's a priority that I want to just make sure we're clean and up to date on those pan payments. We've handled a few of the exceptions, but I feel like there's a few payments that haven't gone out and that I needed to go through that spreadsheet. Hannah, that was what I was pinging you about late last week. So
yeah, because we had met and gone over that, and I sent you that simplified spreadsheet that just had what we had to send everyone out, and then if you sent out those amounts, everything was perfect. Like everyone's amounts were right, or like have corrected the overpayment.
And that's what I wanted to look for. I was asking you to put the simplified spreadsheet into the Google folder. I couldn't find where you shared that with me.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, that's all I've got, unless you guys have anything else while we have everybody here for a few minutes. If not, I know we're all back to back. Take the 3 minutes and run. 3, 2.